Welcome back everyone. My name is Susie and today I'm going to be doing a very requested video, which is how I film and edit my videos. First up is equipment. My main camera is a Canon EOS 750D. It's really good. I've had it for years now. It has a flip out screen as well, which just elevates everything. So if you're thinking of getting into YouTube, a flip out screen is just needed. And I just use the regular lens that it came with. It is really good. I don't have any issues with it. I think the quality is pretty banging. And then of course, my fisheye. I am just addicted to my fisheye at the moment. I keep using it for like every few videos and I'm using it right now. And what I love about this lens is that you can completely change. Like this is normal, but it's quite zoomed in, and then you know you can do like quite subtle fisheye. You can really like go for it. It's so versatile to what you want that you can use it in different videos and it not get boring. So this is the pouch that it comes with. I'll put the name of it on screen because I have no idea. It's literally like 7 years old or something. I don't know, I got it for my birthday years ago, so I don't really know where you can get hold of it, but I'm sure if you type it on Google you can find it through websites of your choice, and I really recommend. Like, it's such crisp quality, and when I use it for like certain videos it just elevates the outfits, elevates like the whole aesthetic, and I just absolutely love it. I also have another camera which I use for vlogging. I do have a few vlog videos up on my channel. I have a playlist for it, so I'll go and link that on the cards. And I don't use this that much because my proper camera is just like, the quality is 10 times better, but it is really handy. It has a flip out screen. Yeah, the quality's alright. It kind of does its job really. It's like nothing special, if you know what I mean. Another camera I technically use for my channel is my camcorder. You may recognise in a few videos here and there I've done this like intro with a VHS video of myself, and that is all filmed on my camcorder. This is just a Samsung regular like digital mini DV cam, and you put in the mini DV tapes like this. The only thing that's annoying is transferring the tape to your computer. The software that I've tried just does not work with my laptop, so I always have to go and pay like an extortionate amount to get them made into a DVD, which is so annoying, but it's worth it because it's like they always look so aesthetic. And I have a VHS vlog up on my channel already from my birthday, and I have loads of footage from the previous summer as well that haven't made it to YouTube yet, so as we get into the warmer months I'm definitely going to release that because the clips are just so nice. Tripod. The tripod that I currently use is the best one I've ever had. It's sick. I will link it on screen because I just can't recommend it enough. It gets up to really high height. I think it's like really easy to set up. It's really sturdy, and I really like the way the mechanism works at the top. Like, it's just like the best quality one I've ever had, and I don't think it's that expensive either. Sometimes I film on my phone as well for a few videos, like the close-ups of outfits I've done on my phone, and I basically use this, which comes with a mini tripod, and I don't know where that is. I might have left it in London or something, and this basically just connects to your phone. Like, you can slot your phone in there, and then I can connect it to my tripod and move it portrait, and it's just a win-win if you want to like film on your phone, so I really recommend that. Other equipment that I use, sometimes I use a backdrop, and this is like, it basically comes in these different parts and you can put up any backdrop that you want. I'm trying to think, for videos I've used it, I'll put in some clips for you guys to know what I'm talking about. I also have a green screen which I just bought from eBay, which was the biggest rip-off. Like, I paid like £7 for a strip of fabric. It's actually a joke, so I'm not going to link you the one that I got because it's just a joke, but you can type in green screen and kind of choose which one you want. And the beginning of my Jaded London video was filmed on a green screen, and I've also tried to do so many green screen lookbooks, but they always fail, so none of them have made it to YouTube yet, but I'm determined in like the Easter or the summer to do like some mad green screen choppy edits lookbook, so look out for that one. Editing. I edit on Final Cut Pro, and I have been for years, and I'm just really used to it now, and I think it's the best one that works for me. iMovie and Premiere Pro I've also used, and they are really good. I think it just depends like what you're used to. The reason I got Final Cut in the first place was because iMovie wasn't giving me enough. Like, I wanted more, and all my favourite YouTubers were using Final Cut Pro, so I was like, right, if I'm gonna get into YouTube, I wanna invest in something a little bit better. I know that Final Cut and Premiere have like free trials, so if you wanna play around with them and see what works for you, like, definitely do that. In terms of what Final Cut gives me, transitions like the circle effect. A big one of that is my Western lookbook. I really didn't do much outside of Final Cut on that one. Even like the square and the Super 8 effect, that all came from Final Cut Pro. And to get that Super 8 effect, I just looked up a YouTube tutorial, and it was so easy. Like, he talked you through step by step on how to make the effect. So honestly, YouTube is the place to go for tutorials on different lighting and stuff. And that's another thing, I do sometimes color correct. Once I finish uni and I've got more time to like properly explore the software that I use, I really want to delve into color correction and see how I can elevate my videos. And I just play around with the levels on Final Cut Pro and see what works and looks the most natural and like brightens it or like darkens it, whatever I want to do. Then I guess the main thing that I feel like you guys are interested in are my titles or my little drawings or my transitions or my thumbnails and all of that, and they are all done on Illustrator and sometimes Photoshop. Illustrator is... I just love Illustrator. I don't like Photoshop. I don't get it. I don't get how people can work on Photoshop. I've just always been using Illustrator and I just can't stop. So Illustrator is where I do all of my titles. I just hand draw these with the pen tool. On Illustrator, there's an option to make a piece that is perfectly fitted for a video. You don't need to resize anything. You can perfectly fit it around your video where you want this text to sit on the screen. So I always use that when I'm doing my little titles and stuff, and I'll just hand draw them on Illustrator. I do that through this drawing pad. If you watched my first Q&A, you'd have heard me like talk about wanting to get this for my birthday. So I've only had this for a few, like just over 6 months now, and it has changed the game for me. A little insight into my personal life, I have dyspraxia, which means that writing really hurts my hands, and so trying to do titles and thumbnails and cute little edits and stuff purely on the trackpad of my laptop was just hell. But I would keep pushing through and doing it for the sake of the aesthetic, and now I've got this has just saved me. It comes with a pen. Oh my god, where? Oh, here it is. It comes with a little drawing pen. You connect it to your laptop and it's just really easy to draw. And so with my general titles, you will see on a lot of my videos, I'll just draw these out, and to make them into animations, I do it the really long way, which I know I'm pretty sure there is an animation tool within Illustrator, and again, when I've got more time, I'm definitely going to delve into this because it's just going to save me so much time. But I do it the long way, so I don't know if I recommend you to do this, but if I want to make a moving title, moving text, moving bubble around me, I will just draw the title that I want on my trackpad on Illustrator, and then I will save it as like number 1. And then I will group all of that together, and I'll either just delete that and freehand it again and hope they kind of line up, or I'll change the colour of the one that I just did and then I'll redraw over it but slightly different, so you notice there's a difference in the text, so they're not fully in line with each other, and then I'll save that as number 2, and I'll just repeat the process for how many frames that I want, and then I'll bring them onto Final Cut as PDFs, and then I'll just shorten them to be like 1 second, 3 seconds, depending how quick I want the animation to be. And that's how I do it. I know there's quicker ways, it's long, it takes up space on my laptop, but that's the way I know, and I don't really care to change that at the moment. And when you bring them in as PDFs on Final Cut, they do come with a white background, so that's why I use the Kia or the Luma Kia effect onto the PDF, which basically means I can take away the background and it makes it transparent. You can just play around with like the levels of that and stuff. And that's how I do my little animations. And my transitions, so the one that I use in pretty much all my videos, the little Susie Lola transition thing, yeah, I did that in the same way, but there was about 50 frames to go there and back, and I did that, and then between the frames I moved them by like 2 taps on my keyboard, and I kept doing that until they crossed. Do you know how long that took me? That animation's going nowhere. That animation is staying on my channel forever until it's appreciated, because that took me so freaking long. But that's how I did that animation, and I just basically played around with the opacity of it so it's slightly transparent. Yeah. And same with my little Susie Lola person intro, and that's also drawn on Illustrator. I just sketched over a picture of me and changed the opacity, and then how I make things come onto the screen and off, and how they come like small to big, like my logo or titles or whatever. So if you click on the thing you want to move around the screen and you go to transform, you should then line up the tracer, is it called, the beginning of the video, and move it to where you want to be. So if you want it to start off screen, move it off screen, and then you want to click the little diamond shape and then move the tracer to the end of the clip, like just before the very end, and then you want to click that off and click done, and then it will have made a transition for you. Again, I just found that through endless searches on YouTube until I found exactly what I was looking for. But these things are like so readily available online. I really don't think I do anything special. Like I think it's pretty simple, but I think the titles can make it look a lot more put together than the video actually is. And I just have fun with colours and drawing things around and like whatever I'm kind of in the mood for. Thumbnails. My thumbnails are done on Illustrator primarily, but whenever I take away the background of an image, which I do, I think every single one of my thumbnail pretty much, I've put a picture over a picture and taken away the background or whatever, and that I do on Photoshop. I just use the rubber tool and just take away the background. It can take a while, but I don't know, you pop on a YouTube video in the background and I have fun with my little pen tool, and it just, there are other tools like the magic wand tool and the lasso tool that you can use if you have a plainer background, but I find that a lot of the pictures I use my thumbnails have quite busy backgrounds, so that's the best way for me to do that. But yes, that is that. Then for my ring video, which I've gotten the most requests to talk about how I edit my videos on, in terms of that, it's literally the same. The little beginning thing I did took me ages because I just did it through Illustrator, like saving different frames. So I just brought in different pictures of the rings and me in the rings and just overlaid them and saved them as different like numbers. I think I probably had about 20 frames or something for that, and then I just put over some text over the top. And then also in the ring video, when I'm waiting for the stuff to come out the oven and I have like two of me in the frame, I just did that by getting into like a million different positions in the room, and then I screenshotted all of them, and then for some of them I cut out myself and then brought that into another picture from that same shot and just positioned them, and then brought them in to Illustrator and did the same. Like they're all just screenshots with like layers over the top. And then sometimes I'll film on photo booth for some videos. I did a whole haul that was filmed on photo booth, so I just clicked film and did it through there. I quite like the bad quality that it gives. I think a lot of people agree with me on that, like a lot of YouTubers do use it. And then also in my ring video at the end, when I talk about the rings, I also filmed that on my laptop, and then on so they're not. I just realised, am I stupid? In this bit at the end of the ring video when I'm talking, I was like, what's going on with my laptop? Is it glitching? Because the bottom of the photo booth is flipped. Because I took the video from photo booth that I've recorded onto Final Cut, sized it down, and then I screenshotted the photo booth borders and stuff, and then just cropped them and then put them over it to look like that they're like all one part, but they're not. And I clearly had flipped it by accident and not even realised. That was really embarrassing. I'm sorry if anyone realised that. And then again, for these clips when I had the rings like coming over, I just did that trick with the tracer and positioning it where I wanted, and I just took pictures of all of those rings with a plain background. I think just like a white piece of paper, took a picture of that, took away the background and like cropped the rings and whatever. Like, yeah, that's just how I did it. And I did that through Photoshop and then brought them in as PDFs onto Final Cut. And then finally, I guess we should end on my outro, which I just did on Illustrator. And to make sure that everything lined up properly with like the subscribe button in the next video, I screenshotted from a previous video of mine, like where it all sits, brought that into Illustrator and just drew around to make sure it fit with the actual cards, and then deleted that and hope for the best, and it seems to work, and I really like that outro. when it gets down to it, it's so simple to do. I guess it's just like the colours of the titles and mixing it up for every few videos just makes everything exciting, and you guys seem to really like my editing, which I'm just like, whoa, thank you so much. Like, oh my god. Subscribe and follow me on my social media. If there's any further questions you want me to answer regarding my editing, the software, the cameras, whatever, comment them down below, DM me on Instagram, whatever way you want to connect with me. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. You all are killing it and making me feel like every single comment fills me with joy, so thank you so much. I have nothing more to say. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.